So we're gonna start over. I'm not a licensed attorney, tax expert. Do this for educational, informational purposes only. I got big body energy in the building today. We got 2 Virgos and a Scorpio. That means we taking over. It is Virgo season for real. When it comes to creativity realm, we're still in full moon energy as well. Strawberry moon. Ain't that what you text me today? I know what the hell she's talking about. I'm just playing. All right, peace and love, everybody. Strawberry moon. Let's eat it. Look like cheese to me. No, peace and love, peace and love.
Greetings, everyone.
Can everybody hear on the YouTube?
Hope so.
Let me know where you tapped in, tuned in from. Peace and love, peace and love. Because the YouTube didn't want to start for us today. All right, she camera shy. That's real private life. Some of y'all don't deserve to see greatness, so y'all get me. Can you turn that down low, please? Oh, I apologize. Sound check, good. That's from YouTube, right? Make sure you hit like, subscribe, share with at least 3 people. We don't like to use the word queen. Tell them what queen means. You need to put the camera back on you when you say that. It's cool. They don't need to see you. What's queen mean?
Prostitute.
The head whore. We don't say queen, but she is royalty, okay? What title would you address? You can't even call her Mrs. Mrs. is a slave title. We don't even let people call us Mrs. Who labeled you Mrs.? They label you Mrs. to give you an order. Yo, Mrs., go get me that book. Did you raise your hand? Ask me to go to the bathroom. I'll say, fuck you, Mrs. You can miss me with that. But that's what it is. You're trying to be obedient. If y'all understand, a lot of people, this is why y'all have to learn this game. Everybody already making money off you, so you need to learn how to make money for yourself and off whatever it is. I teach people how to, their house is already in ministry. If you're teaching your kids about spirituality, praying, whatever it may be, I don't care if you stub your toe and say, oh my God, or Jesus Christ, you just taught your kids spirituality, so you might as well get paid off it. So y'all got the disclaimers, not licensed attorney, tax expert. YouTube didn't see it. #1 new release, Kindle and the paperback. A lot of the books that I've already put out there is #1, have been #1 and bestsellers. At least over half. I have about 70 books. It didn't take no time with Chief Amir either. It didn't take no time. But we didn't reach the paperback #1. #1 in international accounting. Everybody think I'm an accountant now. Trying to get me to certify their motherfucking financial statements. Hell, with the stamp, where the stamp at? The stamp up here? I got a picture of it though. I can't show it though right now. It's all good. Kilam Kalan, check the stamp out. So you understand the private sector, right?
Yes.
What is the private sector?
Can't tell you. It's private.
What about the public sector?
Public knows everything.
But who controls the public sector?
The government.
The who? Speak up.
The government controls the public sector.
The government controls the public sector, the public market. So anytime a private business issues an IPO, that's an initial public offering. You have to understand how the government is established. You know, Russia got a prime minister. So it's like a church. It's church versus state. All right? You can be royal, have a royal title, or you can be a tribe. They got tribes too. You got chief executive officers, chief financial officers. We talked about today. Corporations is a corpse, right? So it's directly tied to whoever established it first. It's tied to their chakras. And I hope this makes sense for everybody. I'm gonna try to keep up in the chat with y'all. Peace and love, though. Peace and love. Everybody tapped in and tuned in. Let me know where you tuned in from. Like I said, make sure you share this with at least 3 people. If you got this book on Amazon, or even if you ordered the book, the ebook, make sure you go to Amazon and leave a review. Yes, keyword is chief executive officer, chief financial officer. So even when you go to school, this is when they square your reality. They give you a diploma. The key word is diplome. That's to deprive a bird of feathers. So now you're no longer a chief. They took your feathers. to strip or deprive of honor, status, or wealth. They squared your reality. They diplome you. Now you have no honor, status, or wealth. Everybody that's in a public school system has signed up for. That's the first degree of being a Mason. A lot of people don't know that. It's called hoodwinked. So when you start waking up, there's somebody there for you. Oh, we were waiting for you. You passed the first degree. Called being hoodwinked. That's why the KKK went ahead and cut the holes out. So you can hoodwink us. But we still see. You know? And just today, what was the first thing you noticed at the yacht club? What'd you say?
It's private.
It's private. What year? What you said? You noticed the year?
1901. It was established.
Any private organizations before 1951 can operate and get out the system pretty easily when dealing with the IRS. Once you invoke their bylaws. So where we're at, if she didn't have a reservation, could she really pop up?
No.
Or it'd be trespassing.
Correct.
And it would be a serious offense, especially here. Correct?
Yes.
But now that she's here, they don't even see y'all as being black, correct?
Correct.
I'm just being honest. They treat us like we're famous. They said, "Where's the book? That's the book. We've heard so much about you, Don Kilam and ASHAY Smiley Bay." I had a whole situation happen. They're like, "Well, look, we're going to take care of it." You know, they even gave me $200 back. Like, goddamn, needed that. So, can a trust operate from an LLC or incorporated LLC?
Yes.
Can an LLC incorporate another LLC?
Yes.
All right. Can an LLC be a beneficiary of a trust?
No.
Yes. They're all entities.
Okay, yes. Excuse me, pardon my language.
Because the way you have a trust set up, your offsprings was the beneficiaries.
Correct.
And I said how I would change it is the 508c1a would be the beneficiaries, and then your offspring would inherit positions. You're good. It's cool. It's cool. You work in the private. I'm teaching you the public now. You got trust set up, right? Corporations too. Not
yes.
You don't deal with LLCs. You're learning LLCs right now, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you've been able to maneuver money around large amounts.
Correct.
All right. Now, secondly, what did you just teach me the other day? Cashier's checks.
Correct.
What about them? You can move. You can put any amount on them, right?
Yes.
And why would you rather have a cashier's check? You said you don't like cash. First, you said it's lawful money, and what else?
Could be used the same as cash.
It's guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed. And then I learned you don't have to file this form right here. What form is this?
8300.
And what's this for?
Report of cash payments over 10,000
Have
received.
have you had that issue before? You
No.
ever deposit more than 10,000 in the bank cash, and they never asked you any questions about it?
Cashier's check.
What about cash? You never did a bunch of cash?
I have.
They never asked what this was. Okay, they do me. They have before with like Chase Bank has, and then on a plane and shit when you travel the borders.
Hmm.
Usually keep your cash in the shoebox. Here's 100,000. Those not Nikes either. All right. So what's the difference between a trust and an LLC? One's public, one's private, right?
Correct.
But there is a public trust, right?
Yes,
So I
there
say
is.
that the LLC is a public trust. All right. And then your trust did have guardians. This is why I chose this word. Because you use guardians instead of powers of attorney. So you can use guardians as well. I like that word. Trust always avoids probate. What's probate mean? Court, right?
Yes, rating the estate.
All right. And before you started dealing with bank accounts and had your own business, you was dealing with the court and stuff first, right?
Yes.
Okay. Before I get off here, though, I just want you to let them know. I'm gonna show you again. Let them know, who's been part of your groups, who you've sat down with and stuff. So we'll talk about that again. But the Corporate Transparency Act, they don't talk about this much. A lot of people don't. They're gonna start making you report who the beneficial ownership of the LLC and corporations are, and any foreign entities, partnerships and trusts. So you're gonna have to understand these things. So I talk about it a little bit, and I'm showing you how to get around this. She good. The bathroom right there. So next, come on, you good. In the public, I would utilize, if I show the public anything, I would utilize a revocable trust. You know the difference between that. So revocable trust can be changed. It can only be changed by the grantor, but upon death of the grantor, it becomes irrevocable. It can never be changed after death. In the public, I do utilize revocable trust if I bring anything to the public sometimes, but if you're dealing with irrevocable trust, you would just make that created by the irrevocable trust in the private. That's the same thing with your nonprofits. The church is public, but the 508c1a is private. So, like an LLC owning the does this make sense? Does this make sense to everybody? Making sense for you? So how the trust creates the LLC? The trust is private. Because if you just put a trust on and try to set up a trust company, it's going to show up as a corporation in the public. But if you're making a trust, incorporate or own a LLC, first of all, that's how you get around that California tax. What's it, $800 a year? You pay it? Fuck that. I ain't never paid it. Let's see if I'm in good standing. California Business Entity Search. They sent me a letter one day talking about my building flooded out. I'm like, shit. I got a virtual address. They're like, yeah, they had to change me up out of Hollywood. Put me in Burbank. That's why I be in Burbank. Shit. That's where you met me, ain't it? Mm-hmm. No, you met me in Beverly Hills first.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Oh, they said this shit was due, but I ain't never give it. You see this? Look. Statement of info due 10/31/2020. But I'm in good standing. Everything good. And the reason why I like California, they are a freedom of, if you're trying to get your social media back or anything like that, they're a freedom of speech state. But you see that it's still good, right? Even though I didn't send them shit. I'm going to show you why. So it says status active, standing, good. Good. Alright. But you see I didn't send them nothing. It says 10/31/2020. Statement info due. I ain't send them shit. They did send me a letter. But if you see down here, the incorporator is a trust. So you can't tax a trust, a private trust. They ain't got the trust. I ain't give them shit. But it's on file. Shit. So they can't tax it. Hope that makes sense to everybody. That makes sense to you?
Yes.
You can watch it later. It's all good. She's rich, y'all. So, I'll also show y'all how to start your own law practice as well. You're going to have to do it privately, though. You can't have a private law practice. It's not illegal to practice law. We're going over the 5 charging order protection states. I want y'all to understand this. I'm going to go over this in detail on the 10th. That's why it's important you buy the book. Even if you buy the paperback book or the Kindle, just make sure you screenshot it. Let me know. Make sure you see. I don't want to see the order because y'all can cancel order. Show me the book. Be like, hey, this the book. Y'all see me with it. You was happy you got these. I said, I ain't even got those yet. Alaska, South Dakota, Nevada, Delaware, Wyoming. Government sets everything up in Delaware. That's their headquarters. Then Nevada, same protections. Okay. Need everybody to know that charging order. When you get a judgment, your name's the business already. So problem. They need somebody to fill the position, but you didn't create the business. All you can do is fill the position. All you can do is be the employee of that. So you can never catch what's ahead of it. You know what I mean? Because you didn't create it. Hope that makes sense. So when you reconstruct these things, you got your businesses and pledging assets, whatever it is you're doing. We do our holding companies in Nevada or Delaware. I like Nevada because I'm always there. Who goes to Delaware? Not me. But this is how you stay protected in the public first, because y'all talking about all the wrong things in the private and y'all still get blue block blam, don't they? Right or wrong?
Right.
You've been doing this for a minute, and still certain people you've been sitting down, they can't help you. And like, Don Kilam is the GOAT, and I'm tired of helping y'all. Fuck y'all. How you start getting it? How you start unlocking it? When you start getting that alone time, starting getting a little focus on something bigger. Don't have your mind everywhere. You're trying to learn jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is your body. You in God's jurisdiction. Don't worry about nothing else. Prosperity is your divine birthright. As soon as you get food stamps, you gave them up. Goddamn it. I'm going to show you how to set it up in all 5 states. You can make, as soon as you understand this, you can help other people. It's all in the book, all in the templates. We do make the name the business, but you have to understand how to do that correctly, because if you're just going in there claiming your name trust, I need to zoom in. Your name trust, that's going to fall into the alter ego doctrine. This started coming into effect 2022. This is why you're not seeing remedy. You can only control what you create, right?
Correct.
So people think they find remedy with UCC1s, right?
They do.
Whose form is it?
It's the government's form.
What about authenticating birth certificates?
That belongs to the government too.
Okay. What about an EIN?
Government.
ID?
Government issue.
License plates with the state on there?
All government issue.
You're contracting with the government, trading with the enemy. I could show that you're an enemy because you got a contract with them. What they say goes. That's their signs and symbols, and you're arguing with their signs and symbols. So I'm just going through this. The 5 charging order protection states. I show y'all how to set it up step by step, if that's what you want to do. Learn how to do it through and through. It breaks it all the way down. And I'm going through this fast too, but you're going to want to read it. Alright, I read it when I put it in the book. I don't put page numbers in there so you can be like, hey, I'm done on page 26. Nigga, I got 70 books, boy. Page 76, this is what you said. I ain't saying nothing. That's what Amazon printing now. Straight up. Don't holler at me in the private, come holler at me. I did enough to get it in the public for you. I go through a lot of stuff to get stuff to the public. Now you know. It's not easy. I fight to be here. I fight for this position every day. Drop a motherfucking donation. How to merge your LLCs. Cash App's THEDON. Put the Cash App up there. You can go to the Linktree/Don Kilam. Drop a donation. We're only asking $20 for the book and the webinar. You can donate more. I don't care if it's $1, $5, $10, $20. You want to hop on a call right now? With the business stuff is $2,000. Or we'll do a call for $1,000. Help you for $2,000 when it comes to the full business aspect. You want the unincorporated, the nonprofit trust? We'll do that for $497, and that will include a call. So nobody has an excuse for that. But we give you the game. Do it the book. We do it step by step. You can be an out-of-state business. That's what we do. You gotta learn how to do that. Your holding company is always a single member of your operating company, and then you or your registered agent or your trustee, whoever you're dealing with, if you want to remain anonymous, will be the manager of your holding company, and then the beneficial interest of all of that goes to your nonprofit. Just do what Warren Buffett does. It's the Warren Buffett way. Warren Buffett is not giving his kids anything. It's going to a nonprofit, but people don't know that the nonprofit his kids are the managers of that. The Bill. We was just in a webinar. We was learning about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. See, I don't be listening to these other gurus. We listen to rich people and how they instead of how they got around tax, they had to create that foundation, and they turned it into a government. Now they got y'all doing things. We can't talk about what they got y'all doing, but y'all know what y'all doing because y'all got the advice from them. Now, what's this say? How to form?
It says.
Can you see it?
How to form anonymous LLC.
Can you form an anonymous LLC?
Yes.
Because the whole purpose of a trust is what? To stay private.
To be private.
It's private versus the public, right? Because if it's public, the government thinks they own that, right?
Correct.
Same way with what? Public banks, right?
Correct.
All right. So can the government infringe on a private contract?
Nope.
That's Article 1, Section 10. A government cannot interfere with a private contract. So since we know that the government can go against private contracts, right? We know that the government is a public bank. Credit unions are private banks. So even if you're setting up these LLCs, just go on the internet, because this is what a lot of people do. They go on the internet, they set up the LLC, and then they take that to the bank, they get an EIN, and they set up the bank account, right? Is that business have protection?
No.
Why not? Because they didn't create anything. So even though you think you're in the charging order protection state, whatever it may be, you do not have no protection. You're still using their signs and symbols. I do show people how to be anonymous. The easiest state to do that in is in New Mexico, all right? And you can live privately. Now, how do you open these things up? It's going to be through private agreements. You can get EINs without socials as well. But you have to mail those things in. That's in the book, Can't Touch This. If anybody wants to know how to do it correctly, the correct way, dive deep, it's going to be in a book called Can't Touch This by Don Kilam, Diplomatic Immunity for Foreign Nationals. So there's the book right there, so y'all can see it. Can't Touch This, Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National. This will show you how to actually, step by step, if you do want to create it in a foreign jurisdiction. But as we know, we even follow, we talk about religious groups. So Jehovah's Witnesses are worldwide. So just know, churches are worldwide. They can operate with anybody. So you just got to learn how to be a private investor and learn how to deal business with them. Private banking is dealing with the world. Okay? There's no borders. It's borderless trading. I'm showing y'all how to get around fees, all of that. I don't pay no $800 a damn year. Y'all got me messed up. And that's the same way with any bills or whatever it is you got. You set the banking up correctly. They can't tax you. Everything's a tax. Tax is a contribution. If that's your house, why do I have to keep paying taxes on it? I don't have to pay taxes on something that's mine. So I'll show you how the best states to do anonymous LLCs, how to be anonymous, how to change the members, how to have private contracts. In Nevada, you don't have to update. You don't have to update these things. If you just want a registered agent or a process server, you can have these people as well. Just be a registered agent. Just make sure you got the private contracts first. Government can't interfere with a private contract. Told you about the holding company. That's all the government is. Holding company. A record label, holding company. You know? Now all these businesses are holding companies. Think about it. They're owning your voice. Go watch The Little Mermaid. They owning your voice. This will be monitored and recorded. They use this against you. Y'all see what they're doing with the voices out there. Now they can enter into all types of agreements with your voice. Think about it. It's important to own your airspace. And it's easy to do that with a record label. You came through the world with an ultrasound. It starts there. Start with the ultrasound. Or the heartbeat you heard. The stars make sounds, but you can't, It's hard for you to hear. Parent LLC, learn that, learn the game. This is the best way I can give you when you want to learn about how to get out of child support. This is the best information I can give you. A parent LLC. A parent is a parent who rents. So you got another business up under you. So you know your name is a business, so that means your mom is a business. She turns you into a sole prop, whatever it may be. So this is how you can get it back. You can either do a DBA or a Series LLC. Series LLC is a little bit different, but you see it says offspring. But you can create as many LLCs as you desire, and without letting the public know that where it came from, the original LLC. You can get a whole different EIN number, whatever it may be, and the public will never know that came from the original LLC. If you want the public to know it came from an LLC, I just suggest doing a DBA. But that's another way to stay private with series LLC. So I would create the parent LLC, and then the first series will be my child's name, so I can handle their affairs. Or the way I do is with a DBA. You know, I don't know if you ever caught those classes. So in Missouri, where I had some children, all their kids are DBAs. Peace and love. I appreciate you. Let me know where you tapped in and tuned in from. And if you find this information valuable, grab the book or drop a donation. THEDONKILAM. Even if you've already got the book, drop a donation. I'm dropping game. Because if you got the series, all these little videos I'm doing is going to that. Subsidiary companies like a DBA, it's another company, it's like an operating company, it's under the holding company, alright? It can also be a registered agent. That can just be your subsidiary company. Showing you how to update your info with Delaware, whatever it may be. Nevada, how to do it. How to the single member LLCs versus sole proprietorships. I would always choose to be a single member LLC over a sole proprietorship. But I always say I'm managed with the single member. It's always the single member will be my holding company. And then the holding company, I'm the manager of that. So I'm in 2 different jurisdictions invoking Nevada law. Tells you why to create the LLC by another LLC. What is a pass-through entity? And this is what's happening to everybody. Why y'all can't get around these private contracts? They create pass-through entities, and that's what you became the main lender of. When you're dealing with the public, a public bank, you're giving up your royal heritage. You're giving up your royal lineage. You'll never be able to control anything, because what's a mortgage? What's a mortgage?
Dead pledge.
Speak it up so they can hear you.
A dead pledge.
So even with a religion, you're worshiping the dead. In our religion, we worship the living. Money's dead. You can't hand down wealth through certificates. Natural law, you need resources. You come under these contracts, now they own your airspace. Pretty soon you can't breathe. How can you breathe with no air? They play God on earth. More codes, a lot of stuff with setting up your bank account. Like I said, I'm gonna make it quick. We got shit to do. I apologize. I was spitting game today before we got on. She's still gunshot, but she dropped game. A registered agent. That's all a attorney is. What's this say?
Resolution to open a bank account.
A resolution. Look it up. This ain't Don Kalam's words. Google can't even lie to you about this. So they tell you, we need your articles of incorporation or EIN, right? Or people don't know that they can create their own. They can create their own operating agreements. You create these first to set up the LLC. So it's done in the private first, so nobody can go against these things. There is no charging order protection if you don't have an operating agreement established correctly. You will not be able to invoke these benefits. So lucky for you, this book is $20. You can't even truly prove you're a member of the LLC without a membership certificate. And I need people should talk about this if you talk about LLCs, because y'all passing around birth certificates. This is the same thing. This is like a birth certificate. We just seen the birth, right? Where's the birth at? Out there on the harbor. Y'all know how to maneuver the ship. Only slave ship you came in is the relationship with whoever they are, okay? That's pretty much it. I'll show you more about religious nonprofits, how to bring that, how to incorporate bylaws. These are the stuff you need. This is your law. This is how you implement fee schedules. They're going against your private policy, because once they contract with certain things, it's your private policy. I'm showing you how to remain intact with your royal heritage so certain things can continue to work. Showing you how to open up the bank account step by step by step. Keep doing it. LLC banking resolution. And then if you want to do it as a sole prop, I'm going to show you how to do that correctly as well. If you want to open up a bank account as a non-U.S. resident, as a foreign, I'm going to show you how to do that as well, because that's what a lot of people want to do. But you need to have an address and say you was abroad, okay? Secondly, on the private side, you can get passports. You can get certain things with the family Bible, which is your family birth records, your family records you keep, a baptismal certificate, and you can be born again. You choose to go by their numbers. No God. And the Bible says God made 7 days. So I'm just breaking it down, man. I'll show you how to do it in Puerto Rico too, because that's still foreign. That's what they do. But they're under the 508c1a, and then they come in as a private business and get you the contract with them. All right. Everybody keeps talking about the DUNS number. All this is estate planning for your business and the public. So y'all can learn this first. Learn how to be protected first, so y'all can get away from what you think is the trust. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't talk right. A DUNS number. We're getting away from those. DUNS number are pretty much irrelevant now. That's not what they're utilizing when you're contracting with the government and non-government organizations. And we talk about all of this. Business insurance. You want insurance. You want any of that. You do it through the trust of your business. As soon as you work for Walmart, they give you insurance, whether you like it or not. How to create the business for your offspring. If you just want them to be ahead of it, you do it first. Then non-government organizations. There's a lot in here. I'm not going to go over everything because I can't talk about everything in the public, but I will put this out here. So if you're a non-U.S. resident with a company based in the U.S., you need to know about the Form BE 13. This is a foreign direct investment in the United States. Okay. If you learn how to create as an investment, be an investor in the United States, it's going to be different than them trying to tax you. And when you go to any other countries, that's what you do. You're an investor. You want a passport in another country, become an investor, real estate investor. What's that say? Speak it loud. Speak loud.
Unique identity identifier.
So a lot of people call these UEIs, unique entity identifier. This is what they use instead of the DUNS. This is how you're going to get access to the GSA. Write it down too. So a unique entity identifier is a 12-character alphanumeric code assigned by the U.S. General Service Administration, the GSA, to individual business applying for grant money or government assistance. And anytime you're in a courtroom, what are they using? So you're asking the government for assistance. That's what a stock warrant is. That's why y'all have to understand the public game, because they come in there with these entities and do it for you. Oh man, I gotta turn that off. My auto pay on. Hold up. Drop a donation, y'all. My auto pay on. Hold up. Turn that off. A bond is evidence of a debt, right? All right. A stock warrant represents the right to purchase a company's stock. So once they got you on the board, once they got you with the warrant, you accept the warrant, you understand. Now they're putting you under a debt security. And that's issued by corporations, governments, or other organizations and sold to investors. Simple as that. All that is like that's why they got a broker. That's all they are. They sell security. All bail bondsman is a broker, a private broker. All the court is a bank. Understand that. A BANC is a bench on what a judge sits on. And then one more thing on this. I got company, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta smoke a blunt. Now, just know this. Court, this is their law. This is federal law, not mine. Federal law. Court means created by Congress or the tax court. So any court issue is a tax issue if they don't have permission from Congress. If they say you owe a debt, that's an amount owed to the United States. Now, who is the United States? A federal corporation. So everything is business. You need to understand. Everything is business. Debtor is a person who is liable for debt. Who is a person? A person could be a natural person or an Indian or a corporation or unincorporated association. This is what's going on with the birth certificate and the Social Security card and the ID. You have become an unincorporated association. It can also be a trust or an estate or other public or private entity. This is why you got to be established correctly, so you can operate just like them. You can deal with them. The stuff they understand. This is what they understand. You can't go in there talking about, hey, I'm part of this trust and I'm a mole. We got the peace treaty agreement. That's all private shit. That's not public. That's not for them. They're under policies. Makes sense. It's what's it called? It's called. You gotta go to. You want to talk to. You want to talk about you want to talk to a public official about a private bond. He can't talk to you about this shit. So, learn insurance. You know, they do have oaths of offices. That's their bond. Okay, that's dealing with the GSA, Miller's Act. So with their bond, it's a probate bond, okay, or a estate bond. During the probate process, they can't talk to you, deal with you, unless you're bonded correctly through the surrogate's office. And I think you've done deals with somebody's estate. You know about that? I don't know. I'll put surrogate's office on here and see what it says. So they know I'm saying the right shit. An officer in certain states of the United States known as a surrogate, as they hold the responsibility, they give birth, and they hold responsibility for granting legal documents such as administrative letters and probates, estates, and adoption cases. Yeah, I will adopt all you bitches. All you bitches are my sons. Keep playing with me, and if you want to come out against me, I'm gonna call. I don't care what you look like. I got the collection for the connection. I will call you black. That's my black property. Black is not a nationality. That is an adjective. So we can hand down the sentence if that's what you claiming on the record, baby. Even if you claiming white, you can't be white with a social security number. You ain't white, bro. You gave up your heritage. Public stuff, you know. LLCTRUST, Social Security Trust. That's 666. You will never own anything. Cannot hand down wealth through certificates, custodial accounts. There's a few other numbers was in there, but that was the main number I wanted you to know. In this book, there is a few tax forms we go over because you can anything you use, you can get that back as a credit, and you just give it back to the trust. It goes to the trust. Instead, y'all fill the forms out, and it goes back to the Social Security Trust. All this shit goes back to your trust. Make sense? Okay. Now, LEI. I'm done playing. Let's go. Let's get it. And if y'all sign up with me and y'all don't get it, your stuff is going back to my trust. Okay. LEIs. I'm done playing. You better get with it. Is a legal entity identifier. These are more numbers. So you can be recognized globally, all right? In private sector firms. Say it again, private sector firms, not dealing with the government. All right. Then boom, how to add a nonprofit. If you got a business, you need to add a nonprofit. Simple as that. You need to have different departments. Cryptocurrency in Puerto Rico. If you're gonna do crypto, shit's not gonna affect Puerto Rico. All right. Simple as that, because they implement laws. Puerto Rico, they can't touch you. And then how to raise venture capital, what to do. We got all the templates, all the forms in there. Tap in, tune in with your boy Don Kilam. ASHAY, SMILEY, BEY. We right here. Really doing shit, getting money. We're not afraid of no ghosts. Simple as that. You've been dealing with them, right?
Right.
So we're going to close this out, man. Go back. I done did 3 lives so far. 2 of them with the screen share. Check them out. I'm taking it out to public soon. We're coming to Las Vegas next month. And we're planning on some more shit. We're talking about having our next book release that we're working. This shit old. My old book. We did this. Y'all only bought like 3 copies. Y'all buying this shit up though, cause you see her on there, huh? Loyalty's royalty. Remember that. Loyalty's royalty. I appreciate everybody that's been loyal since day one. Same way with this, and I appreciate ASHAY, SMILEY, BEY, because she has sat down with legends that I've learned from. I find great legends. I don't talk about people. I never do. Fuck these gurus. They're fake. She's sat down with greatness. This is thick. It's worth it. Right or wrong. You was happy when as soon as you touched it, you was happy. Everything you need in that book. Everybody. It's been changing lives already. So there's a reason why it's number 1. I'm ready for it to be on Barnes & Noble. I am in Barnes & Noble already. I'm saying I'm getting out the public. I'm done helping out with the public. You get it? When you figure it out, you start operating in private, you'll figure out how to get to me correctly. Y'all gonna see me out here. We're working on a lot of different things. But Don Kilam is in the Barnes & Noble. I'm looking to get this on Barnes & Noble. This is going to be a #1 bestseller on New York Times. I ain't playing with y'all. But we have the laying the path importance of why every household should establish a ministry trust. So this goes hand in hand with that book. But that's the only book I have on Barnes & Noble. That's the only one they would let me get in the public sector with them. So, no, understand there is a difference. I am in the public sector. I got all the right people. I got all the right connections. That's where I'm going. I'm going where the money flows. You know, I'm done trying to help the public when y'all following. We're done rewiring y'all shit. Fuck that. Get with it or get lost. Simple as that. As soon as she heard the truth, she knew it. So it don't take that long. It really doesn't. You've been studying 15 years and for what? 20 years for what? You gave up your whole life for what? You ain't made no money off it for what? You're letting pastor so-and-so for what? Get you in. They're getting rich off you. With that, I'm out, man. I really love y'all, man. Y'all gonna see me being nice on the public, and that's because I'm not fucking with y'all. Alright? I'm getting money. I'm living a private life. And it's simple as that. Simple as that. Let's go ahead and close it out. So, listen, we're gonna give honors right now.
Well, let's give honor to
So-
Allah,
Oh, bad.
always the greatest, and also to Don Kilam for continuously putting great information out, laying a path for everyone that's out here, even the ones that's against them. So till next time, tune in, drop a cash app.
Shout out Taj Tariq. You sat with him.
Taj Tariq,
Greatness.
Sabir Bey,
Sabir Bey.
Gene Keaton,
Keaton.
so
God
many
damn.
more.
Damn.
But yeah, the list can go on, but now it's time to get the job done.
And without this private knowledge, none of this private knowledge help you touch your 6 figures. None of this private knowledge help you keep your tribe together. Because your tribe's together. Offspring, 8+, right? Grandchildren too, right?
Yes.
Together, intact.
Yes.
Always find a way. No
Definitely.
child support.
No child
No
support.
jail.
Nope.
No adoptions. No kids trying to take them away. None of that shit.
Nope.
So, it's not hard to you.
Just doing
So, but to them it's hard. You know?
it. Hey,
So loyalty is royalty.
definitely.
So, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, I'm putting it on the spotlight right now, because anything she does or touches is going to turn to gold because she's already living in a light that a lot of people can't do. She is unity. And simple as that. Shit.
Thank you.
With that, I'm out, man. We gone. Up out here. Got shit to do today. Been bullshitting all day, but we got this out revamped for you. There's more to come. We're working on great things. We talking about doing a yacht. Our next major book. We're looking to have an event on a yacht. So my main player is gonna be in Vegas next month. We got a lot of business plans, a lot of people on deck. We're just gonna get structured and take over the game. Take over what we gotta take over. And as simple as that. So get on board. I told y'all that's what it is. Get ready. Much peace and love.